All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of the Behind the Stripes podcast. I'm Rama, Peroo, joined by two-time JUCO World Series champion, Hall of Famer, Coach Dave Burroughs. Coach, good to see you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, we've got a great guest with us today, someone that I've been very fortunate to work with over the last couple of years, our Assistant Athletic Director here at Cowley College, Jeremy Fortner. Jeremy, nice to have you.
Yes, nice to be here.
Yeah. We get to see each other every day, Jeremy, but there's a lot of things that I still don't know about you that I'm excited to learn today, and I'm sure our listening audience is as well. So let's start it all from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about life growing up. Where were you born and raised?
Hayesville, Kansas.
Okay.
So just up the road a little bit, just south of Wichita.
Yeah.
Lived there all my life. Was a campus Colt.
Terrific.
Not great sports history, but being a Derby guy.
Yeah, being a Derby guy.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I won't say too much about the campus Colts. I did have one of my better games ever. I do remember that there in Hayesville. So that was a fond memory of your town. So yep. I have a lot of towns that weren't fond memories, but that was a good one. So, I told I think on the last
comment on that.
I've told on the podcast before about going to Wellington and having 3 home runs when I was about 12 years old and never seen one leave a park before. But yeah, so I've had some good experiences and some bad ones. But Jeremy, growing up in Hayesville, what was life like for you growing up there in Hayesville then? I mean, kind of a small town, but what were you involved in?
Yeah, didn't do too much inside of Hayesville, just, your normal youth sports. Biggest sport, hockey, obviously went up to Wichita for. But yeah, it was fun, quiet, 6A school, so not terribly small, but small compared to all of our 6A neighbors, Mays, Derby, Andover. So
sure. And that's a tough thing. That's kind of like what Arc City's involved in, Boy, they seem like they've got that schedule that they play in that 5A that's just brutal. And you see that, Coach, with campus having to play some of those schools too, don't you?
Yeah, I remember back in the days going and watch campus play down at Curry Field. Carl Hall, Richie Taylor, those guys all played baseball at Wichita State. That was a long time ago. So Jeremy,
I remember Carl Hall.
I've never heard of him, but they came in here one night and those guys ran wind sprints to us. Those two guys could fly, and they were really good players at Wichita State on top of it.
Are those some names you're familiar with?
Yeah.
A little before your time, huh?
Yeah, he probably wasn't even born yet.
Yeah.
No.
Pre-2000 type stuff.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I got one little sister.
Okay.
Jordan.
How old is she?
2000, so 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I guess she's 25, not 26 yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She just graduated from Hutch.
Well, good for her.
Lives in Hutch, so.
Okay. Well, good. You mentioned a little bit about hockey. You said, you said baseball, hockey. That's something we just don't hear a lot about around here. So tell us how hockey came into your life.
Early, before I can remember. Parents were taking me to Thunder games. I had an older cousin, uncle who both played, so I grew up watching them. And story my parents tell is how it basically got started was an older cousin had a birthday party at the ice rink. Everyone was skating. I was too young to skate. I didn't like that idea, so kind of was on skates. It started around 2 and just took off.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's really pretty fitting we're having him on because the Stanley Cup's right in the middle going on. So I have to pick his brain on who's going to win that.
For sure, I did. I asked him before I went out to Vegas for my conference. I was like, all right, fill me in here. What's going on? Who's the team I should be betting on out there? So.
Well, there you go. That's smart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hockey, was there a certain, were you an enforcer? Was there a certain position you were?
No, not an enforcer. I played center for majority of my life, forward.
Okay.
And then at Dallas Baptist, played on the back end for a little bit for defense. Towards the end, needed some help there, so I went there.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you went up to, I guess, the Wichita Ice Center. Is that where most of that was at then? Okay. Take us through kind of, because like I say, it's not like a normal season where you would have baseball season, basketball, whatever, wrestling, golf. How did hockey work for you in your schedule?
So I didn't really have many conflicts because it was just youth-wise. And then middle school, I had my first one because I decided to run cross country, and then cross country kids talked me into playing basketball my 8th grade year. And I definitely remember times leaving a game for basketball to go to practice at the ice center.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of a little chaotic there, mixing school sports. So in high school, I just did straight hockey because we started practice end of September and weren't finished till February, March. So it was just kind of mix and match, and I loved hockey, so that's why I went with it. I didn't want to have competing schedules with other sports and other commitments.
I don't know about you, Coach, but hockey players just seem like a different breed, don't they? I mean, it's it's a sport of. I mean, I love it. I mean, I love going to watch hockey games. I don't enough, but you go to watch a fight and a hockey game broke out, right? So
I would have liked to have played that sport because it looks fun. It's fast, and Jeremy's the only hockey player I know that has teeth.
Yeah, so. I wore a full face shield the whole time.
Good for you. Did you ever have any harrowing experiences on the ice? I mean, anytime that you ever get injured or anything, or see anything pretty harrowing out there that would make you kind of a little squeamish?
I think it was 8th grade season. Broke my collarbone. Had shoulder pain, broke it here in wherever attached to the breastplate. The pain was on the shoulder. Got the shoulder checked out, all good. So I was like, all right, time to man up. Played the whole season, broken collarbone.
Did you really?
Never really noticed, it protruding until the summer. My mom was like, "What's that?" Went and got it X-rayed. Sure enough, it dislocated and broke outwards, and everything was fine, healed fine. But that one, and then my last year coaching at Dallas Baptist, kid took a skate to the neck, and it didn't go deep enough to cause anything other than just some light bleeding. Put some glue on it, played the next day, but it was definitely a scary, this can happen type thing. So
definitely a different breed.
Put some glue on it.
Yeah, really.
I wasn't here last week for the podcast, but it was a hangnail, and these guys are doing this stuff. So.
Really.
Jeez.
They have meaning to just rub a little dirt on it, but there's no dirt on a hockey rink to rub it on there and get after it.
Yeah, well, that had to endear you to your teammates, being able to know that you could fight through an injury like that and play through it all season long.
Everyone just, trainers were just kind of ignored, I guess. Don't really want to go see them in hockey. I feel like that was kind of the mindset of our most team.
Yeah, sounds like kind of a football player mentality too. So hockey ended up being something that actually ended up parlaying you into college. Then, so you actually ended up going to play collegiately.
Yeah.
Okay, and where was that at again?
Dallas Baptist.
Dallas Baptist.
Yep.
And is that D1 hockey level there, or is it a club level, or what is it? Club level?
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
D1 NCAA has 60 some teams right now.
Okay.
D3 I think is even less maybe. So there's not really an NCAA part of it. The club level is bigger than NCAA, team-wise, I guess you would say. So.
Sure. Did you play primarily around the Dallas or Texas area?
My first couple of years, we were in a Texas conference, so we played UT, A&M.
Oh, wow.
UNT had some team, UTEP. And then the last couple of years, we moved to a different conference, and it was Missouri State, Arkansas, Nebraska, KU. So
terrific.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you there collegiately?
It was fun. Yeah.
Take us back to high school. I mean, tell me about your schedule. What was the hockey season like? How many games?
I think our high school schedule was only about 30 games.
And where did that take you?
We were in a Kansas City high school league, so the Wichita team, which I was on, it was mainly we had guys from East, Andover, Mays, just kind of all over the Wichita area. And then we'd play teams in Kansas City that were kind of the same, and then there was also some Rockers that were a little different, and then there was a team in Arkansas and a team in Springfield, Missouri. So
terrific.
Mainly stayed there in high school, but before high school we were all over tournaments, stuff like that.
Who's the best hockey player you ever played with in Wichita?
In Wichita, there were a couple younger than me. Quinn O'Reilly, he's playing professional up in Topeka. Tyler Inlow, I think he was there. So there were a couple guys younger than me that pursued it a little bit further. Older than me, there were also some that did well as well. Jack McClellan was one. His dad was a huge enforcer for the Oilers during the Gretzky area. And then his dad actually coached the Wichita Thunder as well. So that's why he was here. And then, played with his twin brothers. They were my age. Jack was a little older.
Did you have some players that you looked up to growing up? I mean, watching hockey, was there any guys? I mean, you just mentioned someone that was older, from the past, like Gretzky, but was there guys when you were growing up that you looked up to?
Mostly Thunder players.
Really?
Yeah. So I wasn't really a huge follower of the NHL until later, high school area. But the Thunder were my life. I would go to games as a 5-year-old and cry leaving if they lost. So it was very passionate for the Thunder. So guys like John Gurskis, Travis Clayton, Jason Duda.
Yeah.
Travis Clayton actually just got named head coach. So
terrific.
Excited to see what this era brings with him there. There were a lot of guys like that.
Yeah, Jason Duda, I've heard a lot. He does a lot of talk radio type stuff too, and I've always enjoyed listening to him.
Did a lot of his camps.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Dallas Baptist ended up being a place that you stayed at for quite a while.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about your experience there, what you majored in along with hockey, and then how did you end up parlaying that into staying there at school?
Yeah. So I did sports management for both my undergrad and master's. Just started out kind of, I knew what I wanted to do is somewhat in athletics. I didn't know necessarily athletic director, GM is the, crazy goal when I was younger kind of. But yeah, so I just kind of became an athletics nerd, hung around the athletics department, ended up ball shagging whenever they needed ball shaggers for soccer, ran the scoreboard for baseball a couple of times, just doing whatever the athletic department kind of needed to get in there. And then later in my undergrad, kind of talked to my coach and said, this is something I wanted to do. And he kind of let me have more of the operation side, like help with the operation side of it. So
terrific.
Kind of like booking hotels, help with meals, stuff like that. I just kind of want to get experience in. And then that kind of transitioned into a GA spot right during the COVID area. So that was kind of a crazy time. And then 2 years as a GA and ended up being able to play for both years because of COVID eligibility. So I was a GA and playing, and then got a full-time job out of that, assistant coach and recruiting coordinators for them.
Oh, terrific. What was that experience like for you?
It was fun. I like the coaching and, on ice and operation side more than the recruiting side.
I can bet.
It's just something I wasn't great at, I guess. Just getting out there talking to kids is not my strong suit.
How about this? You had a teammate that you played with, and his dad was the coach of the Thunder. Did you ever get to go like into the locker room and see the underside of that kind of stuff?
Not really, no. When I played for, I guess when I was coaching DBU, we actually got to play at Intrust and kind of got to walk through their locker room and just seeing how they operate compared to like what we were operating on, and just like, how they have their locker room set up and all that was very, very interesting. Like they had a wall essentially that was just papers, and it was like, this is the power play we're going to run for this team and this team. This is the penalty kick we're going to run for this. So they had everything laid out. And
oh boy.
Yeah. It was very, very interesting.
Yeah. I bet you learned a lot during your time there then.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
What led you to come back this way? Was it family obligations, or what kind of led you to come back to Kansas?
So my last year down there, we had our first son, Jax.
Oh, nice.
So being
and how did you meet your wife?
So we met probably in 6th grade. We went to different elementary schools, ended up going to the same high school, middle school. Kind of started talking more around 8th grade. Blew me off at the freshman homecoming, but I only hold that against her sometimes. And then, pretty much from that time on, just started dating, and just kind of.
Wow, high school sweethearts, huh? That's terrific.
Yep.
Well, good deal. And you mentioned you had your first child then?
Yes, down in Dallas. Had him and went through that whole season, and it was a little tricky challenge with traveling every now and then, like long 5-day road trip to Colorado, and she's having to work, so grandparents coming in and hanging out with the baby, and I know my mom didn't miss having to take off work to come hang out with the grandson, but it did make things a little tricky. So kind of talked about it. Family friend was selling a house, so we decided we needed to jump on that because houses are not easy to come by, and I feel like just that whole process, even knowing the seller and everything, took 10 years off my life with all the different things going through the bank and all that. So ended up coming back up here just to make it easier, and we ended up finding a house in Hayesville, and so everything kind of just lined up to come back, so we did.
Terrific. Were you working somewhere prior to coming here to Cowley then when you came back to Kansas?
No, so we moved in April, but my contract was to May, so I kind of gave, I worked remotely there anyways. They didn't have an office space for us on campus, so I was kind of at the ice rink or just at my house doing, what needed to be done, recruiting or ordering, stuff like that, especially outside of the season. So I was able to do that up here and kind of train the person who we kind of decided would take over after me. And
great.
Yeah, and then I was kind of unemployed there for about a month.
How did Cowley come on your radar?
I was looking mainly for sports jobs when I came back, knowing that that's what I still wanted to do. Really only sports job opened up when I first started applying back here was a job at the YMCA. Ended up going through like 3 interview process with that and ended up not getting it. And then kind of sort of hit the panic button a little bit and started applying for all kinds of crazy jobs, like aircraft jobs. And,
just anything to pay the bills, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And so ended up meeting with a family friend who I think he's the president of the Arnold Group.
Yeah.
Works a lot with hiring people. So I met with him and kind of built up my resume a second time with him. Joined the whole LinkedIn thing, and then ended up seeing Cowley had a thing on. I think it was Indeed, maybe.
Okay.
So applied for it, and the rest is that.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
It's been awesome having you here. You've been just an amazing addition to the team. It's a small group. There's just three of us in the athletic department, but it's been a fun group. So.
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I know that it had to have been a little nervous coming in. I mean, there's been a lot of people. I know I was whenever I first came to Cowley, and you got legends like Coach Burroughs that had been here and done so many things, and just being a new person coming on. What's the experience been like at Cowley for you now? It's been almost a couple years then, right?
Yeah,
So
I think this will be my third year coming here.
Third, my
the
goodness.
End of the summer, start my third year.
Wow, time flies.
Yeah, it's been fun. All the coaches are great. All the alumni are great. Previous coaches are awesome. Just bouncing things off of them and just learning every day still from them. And
Did you feel like DBU kind of prepared you in some of the stuff you had done there for the role you're in now?
A little bit, yeah. I think our coaches are a lot close knit than what it felt like at DBU sometimes, but.
You felt that when you were here, didn't you, Coach? I mean, you guys all pulling for each other to do well. So
it was, it was family. I mean, I remember watching the Oklahoma-Kansas game this weekend, and Fitz talked about, KU's a special place because everybody pulls for each other, and all the coaches, the football, Bill Self was at the game, and the football coaches at the games, and there was a PGA guy or golfer came back and stood in the dugout. So pretty cool stuff. So, I think sometimes it's just where you are. Sometimes that's kind of the nature of where we live at in this part of the country.
For sure. I know that you speak about the OU-KU matchup in baseball. I was torn. I wanted, I was really excited that we have Tyler Hancock and Cade Baldridge there at KU, and they're having this unbelievable season. But being a Sooner fan too, it was kind of tough watching that because I wanted KU to do well because of those guys, but
definitely
when you're growing up a Sooner fan, individually I was hoping Cade, do well.
Baldridge didn't play because he was hurt, and I was visiting with somebody Saturday. Who you pulling for this? I just want the best team to win. And the best team won.
They did, yeah.
And it wasn't close.
No, I think if Cade would have played too, it wouldn't. It would have helped a little bit. Nothing to. That was a steamroller, darn it.
Yeah, it was the best team won.
Didn't take away from what KU accomplished this year.
No, it was a great year.
It was.
Sometimes you run into a team that's hot and they're just a little bit better. So.
And you're a KU fan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you in some sports a little bit? Okay, gotcha.
Not going to ruin my day when they lose, like when the Chiefs lose.
Not going home crying like you did at 5,
not anymore.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs will put me in that mood sometimes. But.
Yeah, Jeremy and I, we talk a lot of football in football season, and I know what a big Chiefs fan he is. So, we were going to get to that too. Your knowledge, it's not just hockey. I mean, we talk sports, all the sports. So, has that been something since you were a little kid that you've always been kind of a sports nut?
Yeah, just kind of always in something athletic. Whether it was playing hockey in the basement or out in the driveway or basketball, or I had a rebounder and a glove, football or baseball. Throwing it off of that thing and it coming back to you for hours. So, yeah.
Terrific. How'd the Chiefs thing, being just a local team, is that what kind of got you with the Chiefs?
Chiefs fan, so kind of started there.
Have you been to some games before?
Been to one.
Really?
So,
okay.
Not as many as I'd like.
Yeah, but I know that. What are your thoughts about coming off of that season last year? It's kind of an aberration, and Mahomes got the injury, and there's Super Bowl hangovers as many as they went to.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was just kind of a blip on the screen though, and they're right back to being where they were? Or what are your thoughts on this season?
I hope so. Still have some doubts about this season. Starting wide receiver sitting in a jail cell. Never a good sign. Mahomes, I hope he's not rushing back, pushing it at least. I appreciate that he wants to be out there and stuff. But, starting wide receivers in jail, and you got some other question marks on the lineup. I don't want him to risk setbacks.
I know. And that's a division that everybody, Coach and I talk about this, everybody for the last few years has just been trying to do anything they can to get to that Chiefs level. So, and we saw the Chargers bring in Harbaugh, and then see the Broncos bringing in,
Sean Payton.
Yeah, Sean Payton. And then the Raiders get Pete Carroll, and everybody's loading up. And so it's going to be a tough division. But I'm with you, though. I think if the Chiefs, if Mahomes is healthy, they added Kenneth Walker in the backfield.
They stirred up that for sure, and then I like the enemy. So
how about getting Snead back? How about that? That was something, wasn't it? Too, boy. Yeah. And basically got some trade capital for him and let him go for a couple of years, come back to him. So
built him up, got something for him, and then signed him back afterwards. So
only the Chiefs. That seems like they get that kind of stuff going on. So
it was nice to see him back.
Thoughts on if there would be a potential Tyreek Hill reunion? Or your thoughts on that? Would you like to see that or not?
I wouldn't mind it. I think if the money's right, obviously for him. I don't think he should be on some crazy deal like he was when he went to Miami. But
right.
I kind of ran wild in Miami. So as long as Reed and Bieniemy can reel him back into what it was before, then I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, we've seen Andy Reid have success with some of those guys like that, though.
He's done all right, yeah.
Yeah, he's done all right. You mentioned your first child, but now you have two, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, tell us when the second one came along.
So Liam came along last year. He's turning one here next weekend. Actually, we have his birthday party, I think. So.
Well, congratulations. That's
starting
awesome.
To walk and definitely a second child. So anything bad he can do, he's trying.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I know how busy and Coach, you know how it is at Cowley. I mean, we're a small department of people, and as a coach, it's not a 40-hour gig, And this guy here, I tell him all the time, I'm like, man, I mean, I don't know where he's got all the hours. It's incredible. I mean, he'll be first one in, and then the game's over at 10 o'clock at night if we're in basketball season or baseball season, and it's 7 o'clock, and then it's time to go home. And but that's kind of the life of it, isn't it?
You'll get your 40 in by Wednesday if you're not real careful sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
He knows all about
I've
that.
had a couple weeks, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that is something you enjoy, I take it, though. I mean, and I mean, it's a role that you've adapted very well to. So
Yeah. I mean, I love what I do, so that helps, getting up every day. It also helps when your kids don't sleep and they wake up at what feels like 5 o'clock every day and go to bed at 11 o'clock every day. So
right. What's the normals for people that aren't aware? What's kind of what's your work day consist of?
Kind of depends on what we have going on. Right now, it's just kind of a lot of transfer tracers, guys coming in, guys going out, dealing with all that, helping with health forums, getting everything ready for August 1 when fall sports report, and 2 weeks later when the rest of the school comes in. So
what about a typical game day for you,
Game day, a lot of it's just making sure all of our table workers and concession workers are going to be there.
Yeah.
And then just kind of making sure, other little details, the lasers, helping if CSN needs any help with anything, little things like that, pregame, and then just making sure everything with the game rolls smoothly,
Yeah, well, you've done a great job with that. As far as you mentioned sports management major and potential like GM type thoughts. You say, I mean, you're still a young guy. Now, I don't want you to ever leave Cowley. I want you to stay here. But I'm saying, is that something that you still have some aspirations maybe one day of trying to do something like that if a door ever came open or not? Or
Not really okay. GM side, no.
That was just something that when you were younger, you kind of interested you?
I was like, oh, that's always, you watch hockey all day, talk hockey all day, and go hang out, watch games all day, right? Like,
sure.
And then you learn about the stress of, oh, these dudes are getting fired left and right, and
But you're hanging out with guys that love hockey as much or more than you do, so and that's hard to come by as well.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your knowledge in hockey is greater than your knowledge in other sports, or is it? Really? Yeah. The insides and outs just from being around it so much, right?
Yeah, and following it a lot more than the other sports usually. I mean.
Well, we got a 2-2 series right now, don't we, in the Stanley Cup Finals? Your thoughts on that?
I think Carolina's going to just chokehold them eventually.
Do you?
That's just kind of the style they play. If they get a lead, they're not giving it up. Was kind of surprised that they gave up the lead was it last night that they played?
Yeah. Sure was.
So surprised that they gave that like twice, blew 2-goal lead. So it doesn't happen very often, but
no.
Vegas has firepower, so it's been a interesting series.
Yeah, like I say, I was just down in Vegas for a conference over the weekend, and it's amazing. I stayed right next to where they play their games, and it was really cool to see all the people wearing the Vegas Knights jerseys. They've really taken to having a hockey team there. They love it. So, And then a buddy of ours, Kurt Caden, who comes on our radio show. He's a big Vegas Knights fan, so he's coming on tomorrow, too.
Tomorrow, we'll hear about that, won't we?
We will.
I have to ask him about the 4-goal lead they blew.
Good, I will, because he's definitely going to bring it up about how his Braves swept my Pirates, so thank you.
Well, I got even with him for you because I said, the Braves were the best team during the regular season, but playoffs, not so fast. But
thank you.
Yeah, I grew up a Braves fan, too, because they were on TBS.
Sure.
Them or the Cubs.
Well, and then that stretch they had with Bobby Cox where they won like the division 19 out of 21 years or something. I mean, it was just pencil in for the postseason. It was just finally got that elusive ring. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a question. What's the one thing that's in the 2.5 years you've been here that just kind of stood out with that wow moment? Like, oh, man, this is pretty cool. Is there anything that comes to your mind?
Yeah. First seeing the budget we have here, like as a whole athletic department, club sport, Dallas Baptist, we had probably 2/3 of the budget that we have here total. So, we had a pretty big budget for a sports program, but just seeing the level of our coaches and what they do with
what the resources
are. Yeah. And I know that, there's a lot of teams out there that struggle with resources and stuff like this, but when we're competing and our coaches aren't happy with just making it to nationals, you have Steve, who it seemed like this year was a complete failure, and they got 4th.
I know.
Just because that success. And they're just not they're just not happy unless it's national championship.
That's a great point. And I'm guilty of it just because so many of the coaches, one sitting right next to us, and then like you mentioned with Coach Grimm, they've set this bar so high. It's created this monster to where when they have a season like you say for volleyball, and when they're not playing for a national title, they feel like
it was down here,
too, right? I know. We're talking about our teams that finished second in the conference in some sports, and we're like, God, what are we doing? And it's it was really a pretty darn good year. When you talk about the resources you're dealing with and all the things that we don't think about as the casual fan that just want to win. So but there's a lot that goes into winning. So
sounds easy, right?
It sure does. When I'm on this side of it, it sure does.
Easy. Some guys make it look easier than others, though, too. So
that is for sure. We talked about your kids. Those keep you awful busy, I'm sure. So being the ages they are, and I'm sure you enjoy that part of it. But when you do have some free time to yourself, do you have any hobbies or things that you do enjoy?
Yeah. Video game nerd a little bit.
Gotcha.
I'll play NCAA religiously.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then golf. Try to get back into that.
Nice.
I was doing a little bit more when I was in Dallas. Just dating, no real responsibilities other than dog. So it's been a little tough to get back on the course, but yeah.
Are you a decent golfer?
Not really, no.
Yeah, join the club. Yeah.
It's fun to go out there and just hang out.
Sure.
Throw some balls and.
I know you probably have to work the Tiger Skins golf tournament, but will you be able to play in that or just work it then?
Not really sure.
Okay, gotcha.
Jeff call.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can try to get you out there on the course. So, and speaking of that Tiger Skins golf tournament, I think that's August 1st.
Yep,
is that right?
1st.
So those of you out there, if you haven't already registered a team, it'll be 4-person teams. It's a great scramble, a lot of fun. I know you were able to be a part of it the last couple years. So great fundraiser for the college, and it's just a really good time. Be out again at the Arc City Golf and Fitness coming up here in just another month and a half. Any pets at home?
Yeah, I got a golden doodle, Mowgli.
Mowgli?
So,
okay, gotcha.
Wife picked that out before we were really married, so that was kind of included with the package.
Is that a Jungle Book name or something that it came from?
Came from the Jungle Book. So
nice. Yeah, I'm in the Jungle Book actually. Rama. There's a wolf at the beginning of that. If you guys ever see Rama the wolf.
I did not know that.
Yeah, interesting. Music interests.
All over the place. First little. Not really an iPod, but MP3 player. Dad had Metallica on there, so rolling into 10U tournaments, just Enter Sandman or Don't Tread on Me,
That'll get you fired up for a game. Good.
Yeah, Dad, AC/DC, Thunderstruck, obviously always get the juices going, but then just being in the locker room, I've learned and found I like kind of all over the place from country to rap, the weird dance stuff, there's some that aren't bad.
Right, sure. Now, your team at Dallas Baptist, was it all kids from United States? Was there anybody else that was international or not?
We had a couple international. I think we had 1 or 2 Canadians throughout there, and then one from Mexico.
Okay. So. I was wondering if they look at the style of hockey differently in Canada as they do here or not.
Certain parts do, yeah. Like if you go to Montreal, they're just kind of killing each other versus a little bit more finesse game the more west you go.
Gotcha. Yeah, and you feel like Carolina's going to have more of that dog in them than maybe than Vegas.
I think, yeah.
And we'll see. As far as TV interests, anything you like whenever you're at home watching TV?
Kind of all over. Enjoy like Breaking Bad.
Love it. Yeah.
My wife and I watched Ozarks. We were in that for a while.
Sure.
So, yeah. Kind of more shows like that.
Terrific. Let's see, Jeremy. Coach, you got anything else for Jeremy right now?
I just want to know what his favorite movie is since he's a hockey player.
Yeah.
Slapshot's always a great one.
I would have guessed that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking about one other one, 1980.
Miracle?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Disney parts in there that kind of make it not as great to me. I think knowing
it's
like
about
the ins
making
and
you
outs,
feel good. It ain't about being realistic.
The
so
speech is great,
Yeah.
even though that probably wasn't the actual speech.
I imagine it was toned down just a little, probably. Don't you reckon?
There's probably a little more enthusiasm words in there that Disney didn't there. Yeah.
I think Jeremy made a great point, though, Coach. Someone that knows hockey as much as he does. I mean, he's so much more than us as an outside fan, casual fan. He can see things in that movie that are like, maybe that's not quite so realistic. Or, and because I know
like Bull Durham for us.
Exactly. I would say there's certain movies that you can watch, too, as a baseball fan or a football fan. And you're like, I don't know. That's kind of cheesy.
But I left the theater feeling good about it, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was a feel-good story. So now I remember when it happened. I was a young guy watching the 1980 Olympics. And
do you believe in miracles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Al Michaels, the great Al Michaels on the call. That was pretty unbelievable.
The whole country went bonkers over that, man. I mean, at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock on ABC Sports, Wide World Sports or whatever it was back in those days.
It was the big bad Soviet Union against the United States.
Most celebrated semifinal win ever.
That's right. Yeah. It was the semifinal win. See, I even forget that there was another one to be played after that. Even so,
they still had to win the gold medal.
That'd have been hard, wouldn't
it? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like we hear all the talk right now about the series winner of in the NBA, the Oklahoma City San Antonio. Everybody said, well, that series winner is probably going to win it all, but the Knicks are having another say right now. We'll see. That's a fun series. You got a dog in that one, Jeremy?
No, a lot trying on Cat though.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know how many? I got a trivia question for you. So we're talking about Karl Anthony Towns. Do you know how many baskets he's made in the fourth quarter of these first 3 games of the finals?
I have no idea.
He has not made a basket in the fourth quarter yet. So
I know they only scored like 22 points last game.
Yeah. So he's played really well for 3 quarters in those games, and then they've shut him down on the fourth. So you're right. That's a key guy for the Knicks if they want to win that series.
So is there something from the inside that all three wins come from the road team?
Yeah.
Will that change tonight or?
That's a great question. Man.
Sooner or later, Brunson's going to have a good game.
Yeah.
I would think if he has a good game, then that kind of would seal the gap that San Antonio has right now.
That unicorn, Wembanyama, he just seems like when he puts his foot down, and he's almost like LeBron used to be, like, when it's time that we need a bucket, let's just get it here. And I could see it almost when they were down 2-0 that he was just going to try to will them to a win. And they've got that toughness about them right now.
Yeah, they're mean.
They're becoming the bad boys like the old Pistons teams. Yeah. So that's why, otherwise, I would say I think New York bounces back tonight. But right now, the way the Spurs are playing, they almost feel like they're being the enforcers and the bad boys. So
we'll see how the Knicks respond after a day rest.
In the road team, I mean, you're kind of united. It's us against the world, and your fans aren't there, so you have to take it to a different level. And I'd be surprised that the Spurs don't win, but also not shocked that the Knicks win, because if it goes tied up now, it goes back to 1-1-1, and now it gets crazy.
All that hard work New York did to get that home court advantage would be for naught. So, important game tonight. Well, Jeremy, this has been a lot of fun, man. And then, so we talked just a little bit though about obviously your hockey, your football passions. Do you follow any other sports that you have teams that you cheer for or rooting interest in?
Not really. No.
Gotcha.
I mean, I was a fan of the Mavericks there for about 2 years, and then they traded Luka, and I jumped off the Mavericks ship. But I might be interested now that they've let go of Nico and
That's true. I think a lot of the
kids,
people
but
from Dallas
mostly
maybe are
Nico,
coming back now. That's
yeah,
right.
so I never really followed the NBA until I went to Dallas, and then kind of got into it a little bit. But yeah, and then traded Luka, and I was like, oh, I'm done. It was a nice short stint.
Right. Hockey, is it something that you have a hockey package? Do you watch, or do you just watch the games that are on TV? Or
mostly just ESPN Plus has most of the Blues games. That's who I'll watch mostly now. So.
Terrific.
Yeah.
The Blues are a fun team to watch too. So I know last year wasn't quite
not great the last 2 years.
But yeah, hopefully they'll be back. So, well, Jeremy, this has been a lot of fun, and we're going to get ready to wrap things up with just a couple things we do at the end here. And so, with Jeremy on here today, Coach, being the hockey guy that he is, I thought I'd have a hockey joke of the day. All right.
You have to be aware now. The jokes are legendary.
Oh yeah.
You have to be aware. You got a hockey player here. If he comes across the table and knock you out of your chair, be prepared.
Exactly.
I'll just slide to the right.
I'm looking for boards I can check into, so I stay close away from the wall.
Absolutely.
Have some room here. All right, Jeremy. What do a bad hockey team and the Titanic have in common?
What's that?
They both look great until they hit the ice. Yep. Hey, what do you mean, yep?
Hey, that might
there's
be.
Kris with there's the laughs. Everybody's loving it.
That might be the best one he's ever told, Jeremy. You brought out the Hall of Famer in him right there.
That's pretty bad if that's the best one, Coach. Hey, some baseball stuff coming up. The Cowley College Baseball Summer Prospect Camp, opportunity for high school students to display their abilities in front of invited scouts and college coaches. Will be Monday, June 15th in Arc City. You were a part of that for many years, Coach. So a good thing for kids to come on out and be a part of.
Absolutely.
By the way, how did Pitt State baseball finish up? Our good friend Brock Buckingham up there at Pitt State. I didn't see how the season finished for them.
They had a great year, and then like everybody else except one team, they had a tough finish. They got beat twice on the last. Well, not the last day, but they got beat twice. They were undefeated in Augustana, South Dakota.
Boy.
Beat them. You know what? It's all about matchups in the playoff, and maybe it just wasn't a great matchup. Then Augustana goes to Central Missouri, who Pitt State swept, and Central Missouri just they killed them. I think they scored one run in 2 games. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Some teams just match up better, don't they?
Yeah, the matchup's important. I mean, people don't realize that we're just going to show up. Well, if you don't match up with those guys, it's hard to beat them. You know, but it didn't take away from his year. I think, what was he, 44-9 or something like that.
Great first season there.
Yeah, and everybody's going to be unhappy with their finish except one person.
Yeah.
And that's the last one that's left standing. Everybody else is going to be what-ifing it and upset.
Great point.
So it's just the way it is. But he had a great year. Not surprised. Not surprised.
Yeah. Jeremy, before one last thing too. Were there people that have helped you along the way get to the point that you're at right now in your life too? Are there people that you look back on, could be either family members, or is there anybody that's been an educator, or people that have helped you get to where you're at today?
Yeah, I mean, my parents, they're the ones who push school very heavily. So getting there, getting a degree, all that. I think threatening me with getting dressed all the way and sitting on the bench and watch practice with all my teammates. Pretty much put that behavior to bed if grades weren't there. So appreciate that. Pushing me to do better in school and get here. Then my coach, Coach Jim at DBU, kind of helping me, find my footing in athletics and letting me kind of experiment through our own team and getting some of those experiences early on. And then here, definitely Jeff, looking up to him and seeing how he carries himself and how he works throughout the athletic department, just learning from him every day. Yeah,
well, I'm glad you mentioned Jeff Flutie, our athletic director. Jeremy mentions, the budget restrictions and things that we've got to work through. And we've got a great leader there in Jeff Flutie that's able to help give the resources our coaches need, and lets them do their thing. And Jeff's been a great resource to myself too. So we're both very lucky. He's the guy in our department we look to, and I got to give this guy a lot of credit, because I mentioned it actually to Jeff this morning too when we were talking. I said, you've been such a great addition to our team, because he's a new school guy. I'm kind of an old school guy, Coach. I don't know if you know that or not, but
I never realized that.
Yeah. So some of these newfangled things like phones and computers and things, sometimes they can be a little hard for someone like me. So this guy here, he's my go-to all the time, and I appreciate that, Jeremy. So so I can learn how to turn my computer on and off and do things like that, answer a phone, and Jeremy's been very helpful. So
He probably had to take a class for that at DBU just to be able to help people that were
Like me.
mentally challenged.
That's right. That's a nice way of putting it. Thank you. Hey, and also the Cowley College track and field coaching staff is preparing their pole vault clinic, and that'll be June 16th through the 18th at the Mark A. Phillips Track and Field Complex. We had national champion pole vaulters again this year and just do an incredible job in that event. So come on out. Coach Ray and those guys will be leading that. And Coach, been a lot of fun today.
Yeah, I enjoyed having him on. I've learned a lot today. So
me too. I know. Like I say, I work about 8 feet away from this guy, but there's a lot of things that I still didn't know before today. So I know I'll come in rocking out to some Thunderstruck tomorrow, and we'll have a good work day in the office.
Yeah, only time I get to work with him is in the Hall of Fame stuff. So
yeah, it'll be a nice pleasure to have.
Yeah.
That's another great thing is having Jeremy on the resources there too. So
yeah, absolutely.
A lot of things you do behind the scenes, and like I say, I didn't get it when we talked about your normal work day. Right now, it's a lot slower than it's going to be when we get into the fall and then into the spring, and when we start having game day events and things like that. It's a lot.
Yep. Throw on Hall of Fame and all the other little games we do that promotion wise like that add on a little bit of work, but it's fun.
Well, you've become a Tiger. I mean, it's in you now, so there's nothing you can do, bud. You are a Tiger.
He's addicted, right?
That's right, exactly. I mean, like I say, that's why I can't believe it's only, it seems like you've been here forever. It's only been a couple years. It'll be 3 years now, but we appreciate all you do, Jeremy, and thanks so much for taking the time today.
Yes, thank you guys.
Yeah, this has been great. So episode 21 or 22 in the books now, the Behind the Stripes podcast. I'd like to thank Kris Ripley. As always, we had him on the podcast recently, had a great time visiting with Kris, and he just does all the behind-scenes work to bring this to you. So thank you, Kris. Thank you, Coach Dave. Thank you, Jeremy, and we'll see you again on the next episode of the Behind the Stripes podcast.